driving. I'm just saying, give y'all a little drink to enjoy while y'all listen to the nightcap. I'm driving. But, this is a simple drink, man. It's a highball. It's called a Gin Ricky. What I want you to do is get your highball glass. You're going to fill that 2/3 with ice. You know what I'm saying? You're going to drop in 1 ounce of gin, and you're going to top that with 2 ounces of clear soda. Now, that's just as simple as it sounds. That's a gin Ricky right there. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I don't got a whole lot of time, but I want to introduce my guest. I know I'm always here with the lovely Mocking J.
Hello, hello.
And I'm here with your boy Dolomite.
Yo, yo.
And yeah, it's your boy DJ 4 Y'all welcome to the nightcap.
Welcome, welcome. I want to talk about body image today. Seems to be there's something called the A4 waist challenge, and it's circulating on social media. People are there's pictures of people posing with an A4 size piece of paper across the waistline. This challenge has people checking to see if their waistline can be hidden behind the width of the paper, which is approximately 8.3 inches or 21 centimeters, depending on what metric unit you're using. This trend originates from China, where it was described as a fitness challenge. However, this challenge is far from attainable, so it makes you wonder what some people are doing to fit a mold of 8.5 inches. And just so you know, if you are a 00, your waist does not fit behind, and it's not going to be 8.3 inches. You're not going to be able to hide behind that piece of paper. I'm a size 3 to a size 5, depending on what season it is, and apparently I would lose this challenge. So, and I am far from a heavy-set person.
She went there, guys.
What? I failed the challenge.
I'm saying seasonal changes. She went there.
Yeah, seasonal changes.
What you think, you guys?
Oh man, fluctuation, man. Sometimes I go through these things, man. You know what I'm saying? I hibernate in the winter, man.
I just want everybody to represent for the hashtag notpaperthin. So, post your pictures on your social media, get your paper.
Hashtag hibernation.
Put hashtag hibernation or that, but it is spring, so you need to come out now. It's time to come out of hibernation.
My guy's telling them from afar. From afar.
You got to make sure, that you represent for the non-paper thin challenge, be healthy. So, and if you want to know what an A4 paper is, think of what comes out of a printer.
Think about this. How big could your butt possibly be?
Because it ain't that big.
Tell them what you say about booty, folks.
Hey, man, sometimes booty meat is more important than the air you breathe.
Hello.
But,
and I'm telling you right now, it's like 8.4 across the waist. you ain't lost.
Well, with that being said, the A4 waist challenge is not one of the first so-called fitness challenges that have circulated on social media. Last year we had the thigh gap challenge with people trying to obtain very skinny thighs, and they were going to very extreme lengths, even surgery, to obtain this so-called coveted look.
I said, what's this thing about all this discrimination?
Well, I think it promotes body shaming.
Women, about the women won't be skinny. Look, some people, the ones that's naturally like that, do your
More
thing.
power to you.
But the ones that's killing themselves trying to be like that, you ain't.
And it needs to stop, because eating disorders do have the highest death rate of any type of mental disorder, and trends like these are encouraging such attitude.
I'm a firm believer in, love the skin you're in. You know what I'm saying? You a plus size woman, be a plus size woman. I'm not saying be nasty, but be a plus size woman. And I'm saying that you a size 1 or a size 2 or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You're a slimmer waisted woman, you know what I'm saying? Be that, but don't be sick. You know what I'm saying? Like these people that are getting to this 8.4. Like, if y'all ain't sick, y'all are borderline sick. Like,
I mean, unless you're already born that way. I mean, some people are naturally tiny.
Correct. That's why I say love the skin you're in. So if you're naturally like that, be that way. If anything less than that, you're going to make yourself sick. You're going to make your body sick trying to compete with that challenge.
Exactly, which brings us into things, into the subject of anorexia and bulimia. And these types of things are being promoted by these types of challenges. Anorexia, for those who don't know, is an eating disorder that causes people to obsess about weight and what they eat, resulting in someone with abnormally low body weight and compulsive and excessive exercise. And this is actually a really common disorder with more than 200,000 cases in the U.S. per year. You know, it's a chronic condition that can last for years or even be lifelong, and it has to be treated, you know, by a medical professional, self-diagnosable. They just prevent weight gain, or they try to continue losing weight. They severely restrict the amount of food they eat, and they exercise excessively. They have an intense fear even of gaining weight. Anorexia nervosa is actually what it's called, and it really isn't even about food. It's an unhealthy way to try to cope with the emotional problems, and these people equate thinness with self-worth. And there are things that can happen if you're engaging in this type of activity. You know, in these types of actions, your heart rate can slow. It'll give you low blood pressure, dry, brittle bones, weakness, muscle loss, dehydration, dry skin, dry hair, fatigue. Some people faint. You can even get lanugo, which is on newborn babies and babies that are still in the womb, which is a growth of a downy layer of hair all over the body, and it'll even grow on your face. And that's an effort to keep the body warm because there's no fat, you know, to keep the body warm. And you know, this is really, you know, it's taken a toll on a lot of our teenagers, and you know, it affects men and women, you know, not equally, but women are more likely to obsess over what they eat and engage in this types of activity.
Yeah, we just lost DJ Fo Easy for a second. He'll be back in a minute, don't worry about that. But yeah, continue.
You know, that brings us on to bulimia, which is another serious eating disorder marked by binging followed by methods to avoid weight gain. Sometimes these people that are bulimic can eat a large amount of food and then purge, and some purge even after a snack or a normal sized meal. This is also common with more than 200,000 cases in the U.S. per year.
Hold on, Michael. I think we got DJ Fo Easy back on the line.
Y'all lost me. You think y'all lost me, but I found it, man. I'm back.
Well, we found you, and you're back.
Yeah, he's back on the line. All right, continue.
But it's a chronic condition that can last for years or be lifelong. It's a potentially life-threatening disorder, and it can be categorized in two different ways. You can purge, which is regularly self-inducing vomiting or misuse of laxatives, diuretics, or enemas after you eat. Non-purging, which is using other methods to rid self of calories and prevent weight gain. Fasting, strict dieting, or excessive exercise is just the attempt to rid the body of extra calories, and that's usually referred to as purging, no matter the method. And you know, just some consequences of bulimia. You know, electrolyte imbalance, irregular heartbeat, heart failure, death, inflammation, rupture of the esophagus, tooth decay and staining, hair loss. If you're a woman, your period can stop, death. You can even get calluses on the back of your hand or knuckles from self-induced vomiting. So like, is that really the type of life you want to live, to where you're alienating yourself from people that know you so that they don't notice or try to make you eat? You know, like, just think about that.
And this is, you know, we're gonna have to list down some help hotlines for people, you know, to reach out to, you know what I mean? Because we're not trying to make a joke out of it or anything like that. You know, we understand that this is a serious disease. You know what I'm saying? So if you think we're poking fun at you, or anything like that. That's not the case.
Yeah, and it's not a laughing matter. It's not funny at all, especially, when the stats show that, this affects 1 to 2% of adolescent and young women. So, I mean, you might not think 1 to 2% is a large number with the millions of people that populate the U.S., but when that comes millions, you got to think there's if there are 200,000 cases per year per disorder, that means millions are actually being affected. 80% of the people with an eating disorder are females, and they're usually of average body weight. And they know that their behaviors are unusual and dangerous, but they can't stop it. That's why it's such a serious issue to avoid challenges like this and stop body shaming. And look for more robust role models. I mean, Beyonce is definitely not hiding behind a sheet of paper. Kim Kardashian is not hiding behind a sheet of paper. I mean, and so you just, if you don't have if you don't have a thigh gap, that's all right. If your legs touch, you're just closer to being a mermaid, baby. It's all right. You're just one step closer to being a mermaid. And mermaids are awesome.
All you mermaids out there, you keep trucking.
Hey,
and you're beautiful.
You're that leg mermaid.
That leg mermaid.
With your big old booties.
We don't want to make fun of the mermaids. We're not going to get started on mermaids.
Well, we're just saying, lift up yourself.
Yeah. I can't.
Can she swim?
Can she swim?
Like I said, we ain't trying to rain on nobody's parade, but unhealthy is unhealthy. That's the same. That's the same for the fat and obese. I'm like, if you, overweight, underweight, it's all bad.
It's the same. That kind of brings me into BED, people that may have binge eating disorder. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something real, y'all. Like you gotta understand. Like there are people that do things, that are just take this right. It compulses them to literally just, you know what I'm saying? Like they might start eating and just don't stop for a minute. Like they may consume about 2 meals, and it's crazy. Like, and it really just goes like that. And I mean, it's just the same as someone that may purge after eating a meal.
Exactly. I mean, and just, and there are disorders where there are people that are actually called eaters, and they also get into relationship with people called feeders, to where they eat excessive amounts of food, and these people that feed them make sure that they eat these excessive amounts of food. If you're eating a dozen eggs at breakfast and a whole pound of bacon, you really need to reassess your life. That's not a healthy behavior at all.
You're starting off, a lot of people, you got the people, you just got people that just eat plain wrong. People starting off their day eating breakfasts that have enough calories to make
to last them the entire day.
Yeah, to last the whole entire day of worth of calories. That's that's ridiculous. I think everybody has a responsibility to themselves to make sure your
DJ for Easy hopping out the Uber, y'all. Don't even worry.
Okay,
I made it.
Easy just hopped out the Uber.
Got out the Uber. Gonna hop in the truck. Young Uber. Tell him nightcap.
Uber Easy, y'all. Uber Easy.
Uber got the nightcap
DJ for Easy hopping out the Uber, y'all. Let's go.
And honestly, like, to really keep thinking about it, for people that don't know, in order for your body to actually function normally, you have to consume at least 1,200 calories a day. And, but to maintain a healthy, normal weight, you're supposed to consume about 1,800 to maybe 2,000 calories a day. And, eating at McDonald's a lot, will exceed that, per meal. So, just got to think about what you're eating and your intake, and it's all right to spoil yourself a little bit, but it's not something that should come habitual.
Yeah, because think about it. You can eat a lot of food. Just make sure it's a lot of healthy food.
Yeah, exactly. You can eat apples all day long. You can get up on that spinach.
Yeah, get up on that spinach.
But, seriously, like, not trying to, down talk anyone, any disorder is a serious disorder, and it would hurt. It hurts people in in all shapes, forms, everything. So, we're just saying, be healthy, be happy. If you're not naturally paper thin, if your waist is not, can't hide behind a piece of paper, that's okay. Embrace.
Don't drive yourself sick. Don't drive yourself sick trying to get there.
Exactly.
Nightcap.
Nightcap.
Nightcap.